students, welcome back. Hope you all are keeping fine and safe at home and studying all your chapters, and hope that you are getting all the chapters very clearly. Now today we are meeting to discuss yet another chapter from your book Hornbill, and today I am going to take up a poem which is titled as A Photograph, written by Shirley Tulson. Now let me tell you in a very brief about the poet. Shirley Tulson belongs to the modern age in British poetry. She belongs to the age of experimentation in form and technique. Her poetry is known for the brief, witty touches and a unique combination of humor and pathos. So let's discuss today's discussion. So here is the poem, dear children. As I have told you a bit about the poet Shirley Tulson, now let's talk about a bit about the poem. Well, in this poem, the poetess deals with the commonplace theme of the impermanence of life. She says that decay and death are an integral part of human life, and with time, man loses his youth and strength. Then one day he is no more, and what is left behind are sweet and sour memories, which are often evoked by some photograph. Through this poem, she wants to convey that a photograph plays a very important role in our lives. As we see a photograph, the sweet memories of the past time are recalled. And it's like that for a very short period of time, we have gone back in those days when these photographs are clicked and we relived those moments. Now the memories can be sweet and sour or bad memories, whatever it is. But yes, by looking at a photograph, we can relive those moments and we memorize those moments. Now in this poem, the poetess views the photograph taken before she was born of her mother and her two cousins. It was of the three girls when they went to the beach, and the two cousins were younger than the narrator's mother, who was about 12 years old then. And both the cousins were on the either side of the mother holding her hands, and three of them smiled at the camera as the uncle clicked the photograph. The camera had caught them smiling as the breeze ruffled their hair. Now this photograph was taken by their uncle a long back, and after many years, when she looked at the photograph of her mother, she recalls how her mother would laugh while looking at the photograph, and would recall how they were dressed for the beach where the photograph was taken. Her mother is now no more. Nothing remains of her but her sweet, fond memories. And there is only a silence and a void to reflect upon by the next generation. So basically, the realities of change and death have to be accepted by the poetess. So this is a theme of the poem. Now let me explain the poem line wise. Now I'm going to take up the first few lines of the poem. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. And all three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. Now the first line is, the cardboard shows me how it was. The cardboard here refers to the photograph of the poet's mother, who is no more. And when the poetess looks at it, her mind is filled with past memories. So the photograph shows that how the two female cousins were paddling in the sea, and each holding one of her mother's hands. Now her mother was the eldest of the three, and she was about 12 years old then, and all the three girls smiled through their hair and their uncle's camera, who was clicking the photograph. Now she further tells you that a sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born, and the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Now, here in these lines, she is telling you that her mother's face was quite pleasant to look at then, and it was before her birth. The sea, which seems to have changed little since that time, washed off their footprints. Terribly transient means it is suggestive of transience of human life. So, washed their terribly transient feet here refers to the sea waves washed away the girls' footprints soon after they were formed. And the girls themselves were removed by the tide of time. Transience of human life and everything connected with it is a sad fact which has to be accepted. So the sea, which forms the background of the photograph, has not changed over the years, whereas the mother in the photograph is dead and gone. The poetess mother, along with her two cousins, she is no more now. And this shows that man's life changes and comes to an end, whereas nature, represented by the sea here, remains unchanged. So, what is the sad fact and the truth about life that she is trying to tell us here in these lines? That human life is transience. It is temporary. There is impermanence in human life. Human life is not permanent, and this is the fact and sad fact that we all need to accept. Now, the next few lines of the poem. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. See Betty and Dolly, she would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. Both ree with the labored ease of laws. Now, here in these lines, she is saying that when her mother was alive, she would look at the photograph only to be lost in the memories of her youthful past. Now, when she is no more, the poetess looks at the photograph and recalls how her mother would laugh innocently at the sight in the photograph. She would laugh at the photograph and pointing to her cousins Betty and Dolly. Betty and Dolly are the names of her mother's two cousins who were there along with her at the beach side. And Betty and Dolly would say that they were beautifully dressed when they were sent to the beach. And the sea holiday was her mother's past, and her laughter is now the past for the poetess. Now she is talking about the two moments here at the same time. One is when her mother was looking at the photograph, when she was recalling the memories that she had spent with her two cousins at the beach side. And another moment when the poetess herself was having a look on her mother's photograph and she's recalling the laughter of her mother. So both the moments are now permanently etched on her minds with a feeling of eternal loss. For her mother, the eternal loss was the sight of that beach side when she was spending the holiday, because those days are never going to come back in her mother's life. So that is the eternal loss for her mother. And for herself, her mother's laughter was the eternal loss, because now in the present time, her mother is no more and she is not going to come back in her life. So that is the eternal loss for the poetess. So both the losses are beautifully described by the poetess here in these lines. Further, she says, now she's been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived. And of this circumstance, there is nothing to say at all. Its silence silences. Now she here refers to her mother. and she says that her mother is long dead, as there is nothing much to be said about the sad event. The silence seems to silence all thoughts. These lines shows that the loss of a mother has left the poet speechless, and she is haunted by the void her mother's death has created. Nothing is now left for her to speak about. The meaning of the last line is its silence. Silence refers to that death leaves behind silence, and its silence silences everything else in life. This silence reveals human helplessness against the harshness of death, and this is the fact that we all need to accept, because death is a factual thing, a factual happening that is going to happen in every living being. So the paradox involved in this last line helps to convey the sense of anguish. So all in all, this is a beautiful poem conveying the factual things about life. And the poetess, when she looks at the photograph, she is looking as a representative of the past and of the present. The photograph makes the poet nostalgic about the poet's mother and talk about the present when there is nothing to say at all. So this is all about the poem, dear children. Hope you have understood the poem very well. In the next video, we shall discuss the actual questions of the poem, and we shall meet soon in the next video. Thank you.